You weren't betrayed by the world. You were stupid enough to think it would be fair. No one cares how kind you are. They only care how weak you look and how long it takes before you break. You live right. You're polite. You try hard. You endure. You lower yourself and then wait for something that doesn't exist, recognition. You think patience will be rewarded. You think kindness will make people grateful. Wake up. The world doesn't run on your emotions. It runs on power, on position, on whoever strikes first. You're not hurt. You're forgotten. Because you're too easy to read, too easy to control, too easy to shut down with a few critical words. You think you're respected, or are you just not dangerous enough to be hated? The strong don't ask for permission to exist. They take the position. They make the rules. They control the outcome. And you? You're still waiting to be chosen. Still hoping someone treats you right before you finally push back. You live like a sheep and hope the wolves spare you. Because you're not worth eating. Machiavelli didn't write for you. He wrote for the one who acts before being manipulated, the one who stares into human nature and uses it. So let me ask you, are you building a life or just avoiding conflict, hoping that earns you peace? The question is, will you keep living like a polite victim or start thinking like a dangerous leader? You were taught to believe in karma, that kindness will be rewarded, that hard work will be recognized, that honesty earns trust. The problem is, the world doesn't run like a moral classroom. It runs like a chessboard. In that game, the powerless get sacrificed. The ones without leverage get manipulated. The ones who won't push back get drained dry. You think you're fighting for justice, but really, you're just drowning in a system built to crush those who can't adapt. Machiavelli never said the world was cruel. He said it's indifferent to fairness. It only reacts to pressure. You say you don't want to play power games, but if you don't play, you become a pawn in someone else's game. You think you're noble for avoiding tactics, but to the world, you're just an easy piece to move, a harmless person, and therefore a useless one. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to bend. The more you demand fairness, the more you admit you're too weak to create it. The world isn't fair by default. It becomes fair when someone strong enough forces it to be. Leaders don't beg for decency. They engineer the conditions that make cooperation the only rational choice. Not because people are kind, but because they have no other option. You think morality is a weapon. Annoyed, wrong. Pressure is the weapon. And the one who applies it at the right moment rewrites the rules. You're still reacting emotionally. You feel offended when someone bypasses you. You feel entitled to anger when you're overlooked. But anger doesn't make you powerful. It just exposes your passive helplessness. Instead of demanding fairness, start creating consequences. Don't whine, act. Don't complain, build. Build a reality that forces others to adapt. No one respects a person who begs to be treated right. They respect the one who makes them do it. Still believe in fairness? Then answer this. How many times were you kind and got coldness back? How many times did you sacrifice and got treated like it was your job? How many times did you wait to be seen and only got forgotten? You don't need more virtue, you need strategy. If they can trigger your guilt, they can make you apologize for nothing. If they can trigger your fear, they can make you act against your own interests. If they can trigger your shame, they can control your entire identity. That's not emotion. That's a leash. And if you don't cut it, you'll stay a puppet. wrapped in good intentions, but pulled in every direction but your own. You call yourself empathetic, but you flinch every time someone disapproves. You adjust yourself to stay likable. You bite your tongue just to keep peace. That's not leadership. That's survival, and it's not working. Machiavelli warned about this. He said a ruler should avoid excessive mercy, because mercy, when misused, becomes a crack, and cracks turn into leverage. Your soft heart has cost you more than any enemy. Every time you over-explained, every time you couldn't say no, every time you sacrificed your edge just to avoid making someone uncomfortable. That's how power bleeds out of you, not in one grand betrayal, but in hundreds of micro-concessions you think are mature. Here's the truth. The one who can't govern himself will be governed by everyone else. You think emotion is authenticity. It's not. Unfiltered emotion is exposure, and exposure invites exploitation. You want to be strong? Then stop trying to feel better. Start becoming harder to move. Real leaders don't deny emotion. They discipline it. They let it inform them, but never dictate their response. You can feel angry. You don't have to act on it. You can feel disrespected. You don't have to break character. You can feel hurt and still hold the line. The weak lash out. The strong redirect the energy like a weapon, because they know the second you react emotionally, you've already lost positioning. Let them scream. Let them bait you. Let them mock you. You stay still. You stay cold. You stay dangerous. That's the art of power. Stillness under fire, calm in confrontation, silence that makes others panic. And when they ask why you're not reacting, say this: because I already chose who I am, and you don't get to edit that.